Thank you to all the amazing listeners out there. On behalf of the Reef Podcast, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for our future mentions on the new episode. Have a great day.
All right, we are back with the Reef SportsCast on Twitch, YouTube, and all the other platforms. I'm your host, Luis IPA, bringing you another exciting week of NFL matchups, predictions, and you know the rest. I'm going to introduce everybody here. We got my two famous co-hosts here, ZDP and Doyle. Thank you for joining me once again for another week of NFL action. Glad to have you guys here on another evening. So, how you doing, guys?
I'm doing well. Another wonderful week. We are not sick, so I'm still talking to HR about trying to get the PTO on that whole week we took off and all. But yeah, man, I'm feeling blessed, feeling amazing, and all of that.
How you feeling, Doyle?
Doing good. Just relaxing after a long, crazy day at work and ready to talk about some fun NFL action that we have from last week and this upcoming week.
Let me tell you this. This last week was a roller coaster. Like, I mean, up and down. Like, if I could actually have a roller coaster next to me right now, I'll be riding that thing up and down right now because, my Lord, what a week. And, hey, I mean, it's always a good week when your team wins, right? But I'm going to go dissect that. I'm going to take my glasses off like I always do every time I talk about my team this year. So, CDP, take us off with a week recap of last week.
Before we do that, I have a question for y'all.
Okay.
If you could swap lives with a fictional character for 1 week, who would it be and why?
Fictional character, so that means that it can be a video game character.
A fictional character, yeah.
Okay. I already know mine. I mean, you probably don't know this guy, but his name is Squall Lionheart. He's actually from Final Fantasy VIII. I love that. I love that guy's attitude. Like, at first, he sounded like he looked and sounded like a selfish punk, but basically, like, you know, after that, when he started like gathering his friends, he started growing a bond with them. He started basically opening up to them, and just his whole story. I mean, I was like, dude, this is actually how I used to be. I used to be really quiet. I did not want to talk to nobody, and now I'm like a talking parrot to everybody.
Talking parrot. Okay. Go.
Let me be Jack from the Jack and Daxter series for a week. Because I mean,
okay.
He can do it all, and you get a pretty cool talking animal that does all the talking for when you don't know what to say. You just let your little buddy take over, and you just shake your head, nod, and just be the hero of the city that does not have to worry about talking because your counterpart does all the talking for you. So you're like, cool, I'm just going to do my thing.
You beat Crash Bandicoot in that not talking department, I guess.
Yep.
For me, if y'all don't know, I would choose Link. You know, you go through and save this girl countless times and still don't get her. Okay? I mean, but there's some badass games that Link has gone through and played through Zelda. The best one of all time is the Ocarina of Time because it shifts all of the timelines to one little part. And I will say, best game. But yeah, let's get to the reactions. So let's start off with this, guys. As you did say, there's a lot of roller coaster rides that took place this past week, Louis. I want to go through and dissect this one game. The Colts dominate the Raiders. Now, with it being said, do you think that we can take the Colts seriously?
I'll go ahead and answer that. Somewhat, I would take them seriously. When they played the good teams, they played them tough, and they won one and lost one. And they're doing what you're supposed to do to bad teams. They're blowing them out. You expect a good team, as like the Colts are portrayed, who are facing a very bad team in the Raiders. You expect them to blow them out, and they are. So I mean, they're slowly creeping up that potential contender list in the AFC. but it's going to be more interesting to see how they look in the future. But they're making a lot of noise in the right ways. Instead of playing the Raiders close, which would have crept in a lot of doubt, blown out the Raiders like they should have, helps their story of like, yes, we are a serious team this year.
Okay, that's a fair point. That's a fair point. What about you, Louis?
I personally think the Colts are contenders now. I mean, they're proving back to back again. I mean, dude, their quarterback, man, I think that's actually the steal of the year. Getting that quarterback from the Giants, like, dude, he found his home. He found the team that he wanted to find. I mean, Giants was not the team. He went through so much diversity. Let me just say this. I mean, going to New York, getting booed, getting the people to trash talk him outside the stadium. I mean, come on. Like, literally, the guy went through so much, and now he's basically found his home. I think he's gonna do phenomenal. Plus, he's still young. I think we Colts found their franchise quarterback, in my opinion.
Okay. So I do want to go through and put some points out here. I want to go through and talk towards Doyle about this. So the Colts' strength of schedule is the 25, ranked 25th. So they are one of the easiest schedules out there. Their wins over Miami, Tennessee, Las Vegas, the Raiders, Denver, and their loss to the Rams. So the Miami defense, 29th, Tennessee defense, 25th, Las Vegas's defense was 19th. This is total defense. And then Denver is the top 5. Now your stats against these, you have Miami, the game in Miami. You have Jones. He threw for 272 passing yards, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. His QBR rating was 115.9. Jonathan Taylor, he ran for 71 yards, 37 reception yards, and 0 touchdowns. Versus Tennessee, Jones had 228 passing yards, 1 touchdown. His QBR was at 113.4. Jonathan Taylor opened up more with 102 rushing yards, 16 reception yards, and 3 total touchdowns. Then versus Vegas, the Raiders, Daniel Jones had 212 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. He had a QBR at 113. And then Jonathan Taylor rushed for 33 yards, 20 reception yards, and 3 touchdowns. And then against Denver, this is an outlier right here. It's kind of unique when it comes to this. So Daniel Jones threw for 316 yards. He had 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions, and 100. His QBR was 107. Jonathan Taylor rushed for 165 yards, 50 reception yards, and 1 touchdown. So the loss that they had against the Rams, Daniel Jones struggled, and I believe JT also struggled as well. But you did nail on the coffin when you talked about beating the teams that you need to go through and beat with how they're going through and destroying these teams. And then having a close win in Denver, who is a top 5 defense. But these matchups are favorable. They lost against the Rams. So I do see them making some noise when it comes to the playoffs, but can Daniel Jones continue to make this when the competition is going to be more stout? I think his biggest competitor right now in the AFC is going to be Josh Allen.
I mean, we could potentially see Colts and Bills in the playoffs. I mean, that's no question about it. I mean, it could be even potentially be AFC matchup, like AFC Championship matchup. I mean, the world is the what is that saying that they say? The ceiling is like the limit. I mean, this dude, Daniel Jones, dude, he really I'm really liking what I'm seeing from him. And like I said, he seems happy. He seems like he actually found his home. This is actually his home, and I hope he continues to grow to be a phenomenal quarterback.
Yeah.
From what I've been hearing, and I completely agree with what a lot of the other sports broadcasters are saying, right now I view this year's Colts like last year's Minnesota Vikings.
Okay.
The team, they had the Vikings of last year, like the Colts of this year, had no ceiling, no playoff aspirations, just win, try your best, see what we got, and go from there. And then they turn into this team. But right when it came down to the line, Sam Darnold, like he did last year, like he did previously, showed up like he normally does. And in the 2 big games, he cost them the games because he had his bad times. It's just going to be, can Daniel Jones put away those demons of the Giants years that everyone knows he has? And if he does play in it, it's just going to be like, when do they come? Because they're going to be there. But I feel like the Colts will probably be easily contending with the Bills for the AFC 1 seed. And this, to me, the Colts need the 1 seed if they want to win the AFC.
Home field advantage will definitely help, yeah.
They just, well, home field, but it's also their dome team. They don't want to have to go to Buffalo or pretty much anywhere else that's going to be cold, which I think it's mainly going to come down to them in Buffalo for the 1. And they don't want to probably have to travel to Buffalo to play in the snow when it's all chips are on the table in that time period.
Okay. So follow-up question. Well, I have 2 more follow-up questions with this. One, is it Daniel Jones or is it Jonathan Taylor who is the X factor of this team?
I think it's Daniel Jones. Jonathan Taylor is showing that he's a top 5 running back, and he's been consistently, when he is healthy, a top 5 running back. They have the good line. To me, the X factor is Jones because everyone's just waiting for the real Daniel Jones of old to show up. And when it does show up, how does he respond the next game? Because then all those voices are going to come out like, oh, he's back. The guy who, the reason you see why the Giants let him go.
I still personally think he's actually redeeming himself all those years. And when you have so much negativity coming to you, it turns into positivity eventually to you because you're basically taking all that in and you're like, you know what? I need to prove the doubters wrong. This is who I am. I have a phenomenal team. I have an amazing running back. I have an amazing offensive line. Dude, I'm riding the bus right now for Danny Jones. Props to that guy. Plus he's humble. He's actually nice. He smiles all the time. He's good. So this could be the beginning of Danny Jones. And we do have a follow-up question right now from Super Token on Twitch. He actually says, who's taking that AFC South, guys?
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. That's a hot take. But who do you think? Who do you think, Token? I'd like to go through and hear your point of view on that.
That's actually we'll wait for while Token actually goes through like who he thinks is gonna be the AFC South. I personally think it's still gonna be the Colts. I think the Colts are gonna take it. It's up to grass, dude. I mean, Titans. I know you love that quarterback from the Titans, ZDP, but dude, come on, man. Like seriously, come on.
Oh, man, come on. I'm not even a Titans fan, bro.
You were. I'll go ahead.
I'm gonna have to agree with Louis. I got the Colts. I just trust that team slightly more. The Jaguars, they show they can play really good, but the Colts have a slightly better weapons on the offensive side. And Jones, to his credit, has been outplaying Lawrence hands down by quite a bit, to where in that game, if you're going to ask me to pick one of the 2 quarterbacks who I think is going to win it, I'm going to take Jones winning it over Lawrence in those games. So right now, I'm going to give the slight edge to the Colts.
Got it. I think that's we'll see when we get to that point. I'm gonna hold my point on that. We'll get back to that. All right. So a follow-up question with that.
Wait, before you
after this game,
CDP. Sorry, before you get there, I do want to mention that Token did answer. He said after Monday Night Raw. Oh my gosh, what are we, wrestling? No.
His name is John Cena.
All right. So after Monday night, Trevor and Jaguars. That's what he says. So I wanna let Super Token know right now. Yes, they beat the Chiefs, which actually is a phenomenal team. But my guy, that's only one team. You still have a long season to go. So he may do good, but dude, I don't know, man. I mean, good pick. Good pick on the Jaguars. We're gonna hold on you to that for next Wednesday when we talk the next week.
So for a follow-up question with that, do you guys feel that the Raiders are in full tank mode?
I mean, are they? It's almost kind of looking like it because they don't have a rookie quarterback to even trot out there and see if they're like what they have in someone. So, I mean, if they're going to start tanking, they need to look around and see what quarterback they like the most that might be coming out and whether teams are possibly tanking, even though no NFL team will admit that they do tank for their franchise quarterback.
Yeah, but isn't the quarterback that they were looking at for the future, isn't he on IR? Aiden O'Connell or something?
Ooh. Just call him out like that, why don't you?
Aiden O'Connell, no, is not the future. I'm pretty sure last year he was trying to pull his best impression of Nathan Peterman. So
yeah, no, I just wanted to test you on that. Okay, so outside of the full tank mode, this year is a problem Geno Smith or that defense?
That defense.
I mean, it's kind of both. Geno Smith already has 10 giveaways, 9 interceptions, and we're only about to go into week 5. I mean, yeah, the defenses might be bad, but they've played really well when they had to. But I mean, they're going out there and playing because they're like 3 and out. Oh, interception. Oh, yeah. Interception. Oh, fumble. Oh, hey, I just threw an interception in the red zone. Good luck.
Good luck. Yeah.
So you're saying that Geno Smith should actually find a new home, or you think he should be like, hey, no, I don't think I can play football, because he's been there for a while, if I'm not mistaken, correct? So
this is his first year.
Wait, Geno Smith?
Yeah,
he's been with his coach for the past few years.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I thought he was in the NFL for a while. I mean,
yes, but this is his first time as a Raider.
Yeah.
He was at Seattle before, which he had a resurgence. But I mean, right now, as Doyle said, he's giving out, turnovers, just like Oprah Winfrey giving gifts to everybody. You get a brand new car. You get a brand new car. I mean, I do see it more as a Geno Smith problem, because even though he doesn't have many players, any skill set players around him, I mean, he's got Brock Bowers, who, came out as a all-star this past year. And then, I mean, what's going on with Genty?
I mean, if you said Geno Smith is the problem, I mean, I agree with Doyle with what he said, 50-50. Because, I mean, I don't know what's up with him. He needs to just, get his foot out of his butt and literally go to a team that actually, I mean, yeah, they have good weapons, but I'm saying, go to a team like Daniel Jones did. Daniel Jones went to a team that was already established. They have a running back. They have decent receivers. But that's what he needs to do. He needs to go to a better team, in my opinion.
Either that, or he's just going to have to accept maybe the fact that he is now at that go in and be the veteran leader for a younger quarterback coming in play. Be the guy who a team might start the season off with. And then whenever it goes bad, they just replace them. Or he comes in, competes with a young kid, the young quarterback, and then if he loses, he's their number 2, and he teaches them the ways of the NFL.
It's like Teddy Bridgewater or Joe Flacco.
Oh, man, so many things. All right, what's our next reaction for next week?
Yeah, so our next one, so with Lamb being out for the past few weeks, is Javonte Williams the true X factor of the Cowboys?
That's actually a good question. I mean, which Cowboys are winning?
So I'll give you this. So some insight on that. Against Philly, he ran for 54 yards, had 10 reception yards, and had 2 touchdowns. They are the 20th overall defense. They lost that game. Against the Giants, he ran for 97 yards, had 33 reception yards, 1 touchdown. They're 26th overall defense. They won that game. And these 2 games are here. They had CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb had 100+ yards. And then you went against the Bears. CeeDee Lamb went out. He was injured. and pissed off quite a few people who bet on him because, there's a whole allegation out there, which we can go through and have a conspiracy theory. Stay tuned on that for the next episode. He ran for 76 yards, had 16 reception yards, and 0 TDs against the 27 overall defense. They lost that game. And then against Green Bay, ran for 85 yards, received for 15, had 1 touchdown. They are the number 4 defense, and they tied. Then you had the Jets. This dude went off against the Jets. 35 yards rushing, 4 receptions, 2 touchdowns against the 22nd overall defense, and they end up winning that game. So, they do have Pickens, but Pickens has only had 1 game where he went off, and that was his past game against the Jets. Or no, I think it was Green Bay. I'll have to go through and pull up the stats real quick to make sure. But it's only been 1 game because they've, primarily have Lamb as the number 1 receiver. So, do you guys think that he is the X factor for the success of that team?
I mean, it's always like, what is that saying that football, NFL always says? Next man up. I mean, you need to always be prepared. I mean, now that CeeDee Lamb is out, I mean, definitely we'll see if he can actually live up to, like you said, the quote unquote X factor. I mean, he has the whole responsibility, and then the other guy, he needs to step up too, because dude, I mean, without CeeDee Lamb, I don't know. I mean, the Cowboys are gonna be a little bit struggling when it comes to wide receivers, and it's just the next man up.
Gotcha. Well, you want to say this? I don't mean to cut you off again, Doyle. So Pickens hasn't had a 100-yard game yet. Now he's had a game where he's had 1 touchdown against the Jets. He's had, let's see, I think it was. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, it was against Green Bay. Green Bay, he had 134 yards. See, I knew. Okay. So 134 yards against Green Bay, and then he had 2 touchdowns against Green Bay. So that was his only game that he's provided some value to the team. So if you want to say your statement now.
I mean, when Dax had a good and great quarterback here, he's had a great running game or a decent running game. With CD going out, the Cowboys have been more utilizing their tight ends. So I don't know if you could say he's the X factor. I think the X factor is being they're going to Ferguson more, and their tight ends have come alive a little bit more in that offense with CD out.
Okay.
So I think Dak's targeting his tight ends more often than the receivers now.
I think this past week he did hit Ferguson. Not Flournoy, a wide receiver. Flournoy, that was the leading receiver this past week. But Ferguson's got 7 targets, so he's hitting his targets. Security blanks. Ferguson's going to go through and make those catches. 13 against Chicago. So yeah, he's throwing to them, but that's a fair take. That's a fair take. So he does like to go through and throw the ball, and Ferguson's going to be a reliable target. But I feel Javonte Williams is the X factor because he is giving that cushion for Dak to be able to throw how he needs to throw, and to step up for a playmaker that they need in that offense with Lamb out. Now, I believe Lamb should be back about week 7. They were talking about this week. He should be back, but we'll see. We'll see if he can go through and bounce back. But we know he's going to be the number 1 player on that team. He's going to go through and provide value right out the box. But I don't know if it's going to be this week or next week. So
I got to say, when it comes to injuries like this, always be prepared for the least unexpected, because I'm going to give an example. Last week, Saints had Taysom Hill on IR. Same with Foster Moreau. And literally people are saying, look, oh, they might not play. They might not play. Look what happened. I mean, they came back from injury. They came prepared. They've been actually physically training every week since they were injured. So, and injuries happen all the time. But I'm just saying, anybody can come back at any moment. It could just be next week. I mean, if he does come back next week, he needs to be careful because he might actually aggravate that injury even more, and then he might even miss more time. So that's actually a big factor as well, because you don't want to play when you're 90%. You want to play when you're 100% back.
Got you. All right, so with the Eagles getting upset last week, what do you think the key cause of this was?
I'll let Doyle answer this.
I'll start. So I know Nick Sirianni is an aggressive coach. Going into the second half, there wasn't much balance. They were heavily relying on the passing game to move the chains. Now, I know they have sensational wide receiver core, a quarterback who's a running back, and all that. So the team only ran twice in the second half, and they were up 17 to, I think, 3 in the second half. Why are you going through and passing against this? You had for the game 45 total rushing yards in a team that has a quarterback for a running back for a quarterback and one of the league's best running backs. I mean, I feel like that's unacceptable. So I do want to go through and blame this on just the play call. You can't go through and feed all the players there. You can't go through and just expect to go through and throw the ball when you're leading the game, to go through and give a team that is very competent, being led by a great coach who knows how to go through and utilize his players against a great defense. And it's one of those games that they said it was a trap game, but Nick Sirianni is the reason to why they lost this game. To me. So,
all right, Doyle, what you got?
I don't think Sirianni's calling the plays this year. I think he's handed it over to a whole new OC for the Eagles, and that's where their biggest issue is. This guy has no idea how to call a game. He literally either goes heavy on one or heavy on the other, and they'll flip halves. And he listens to outside noise too much. They said, oh, you need to try to run the ball more. They overran in the half. And then like, okay, now we need to throw. Oh, you need to throw more. Okay, I'm going to throw a lot in a half. It's like the offensive coordinator is struggling to put together a simple play scheme where it's balanced and efficient for that team. It's like you're literally watching a guy who he looks lost as offensive coordinator. And I think that's what's killing the Eagles.
got you.
All right. So for me, I personally think it's on coaching a little bit, but also I think the defense. I mean, how do you give up 18 points in the quarter that matters the most, which is the last quarter? I mean, come on. That's a big come on, man. I'm serious.
Come on, man.
I mean, you have the game won. All you had to do, like you said, CDP, run the freaking ball and waste all the time that you have at your disposal. But I think them losing Kellen Moore to New Orleans was the biggest mistake they should have done. They should have kept Kellen Moore at least one more year. Or sign him an extension or something, because he's good as an OC. Coach, he's okay. I mean, they won last week, but he's still learning to be a coach. They should have kept that guy, because like you said, Doyle, this new OC doesn't know what the F he's doing. I'm serious. I mean, he looks like he's lost. Like he has that gif that they have of Mr. Bean looking around all lost. Yeah, something like that. Like, hey, where's everybody? Oh, okay, let's go all pass this game. Okay, next game, let's go all rushing. But how do you give up 18 points? Unacceptable, dude. Unacceptable.
Come on, man.
All right, so I Googled this guy to go through and find out his name. Kevin Patullo. So it looks like in every picture this guy has, he does look lost. In every Google image, he looks like he's lost in that as well. So maybe he doesn't even know he's a coach for the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't know. But
we do have a question.
We blame
here.
coaching. What's up? What's up?
We do have a question from Super Token. He says, AJ Brown, is he overrated? Wow.
I don't think AJ Brown is overrated. I think with the amount of skill set that is there, it's hard to go through and feed the mouths that need to be fed. Both receivers complement one another. So, and you have one of the best running backs in the league. So it was a big mistake for the Titans to go through and let go of AJ Brown. But, you know, the Eagles front office is doing a sensational job at building that team. So
we do have a comment for you, CDP. We got from Enforced Viper saying Ryan Day only wishes he could carry the bag that Dan carries.
Hey, a win's a win. Number one. That's all I got to say. OHIO, baby. OHIO, number one.
I do gonna say welcome back, Enforced Viper, to the
Yes.
podcast, man. So glad to have you here.
So glad to have you, dude. It's glad to go through and see you. Finally going through and talking. I know you are going through some stuff, and just know that we're all here for you.
Absolutely. All right.
My cat apparently wants to say hi too. Next question. With the Ravens on the verge of collapse, is this the end of the John Harbaugh era?
100%. No questions asked. That dude has been there for quite a while. Time to retire, my guy. Time to get somebody new. I mean, come on. You've been there for so long, and you have not won a championship since the Superdome. I mean, dude, I'm sorry. Time to hand the shoes. Time to get a little bag. Get your butt home. Relax. You won your Super Bowl. You're done. Like, you know, that's all I gotta say. Just retire already, please. Like, do us a favor and get a new era of coaching there. I mean, all these new coaches that are coming in are amazing because they're young. And that's what we need. Like, we all need.
Is that what happened with Kellen Moore?
Hey, Kellen Moore. You had to bring that up. Okay, but anyways, all right. So, Kellen Moore is still learning because he's an OC. Is Harbaugh an OC? No. He never was an OC. He was a coach. I mean, who knows? Maybe he was an OC, but I'm saying, like, you know, he has the more skill as a coach. Give Kellen Moore 2 to 3 years, and he'll win a Super Bowl in New Orleans. I promise you.
All right, chat. Y'all go through and record this today. This man made a bold statement that New Orleans is going to go through and win a Super Bowl in 2 to 3 years. 2 to 3 years with Kellen Moore as a coach of New Orleans. We'll see if they can go through and do that.
I tell you
see
what,
if they can win more than 6 games this year alone. But
tell you what, they win the Super Bowl in 2 or 3 years. You, CDP, you get me a jersey from Lids. How about that? For New Orleans.
I'll see what I can do.
All right. So next one on the recaps for last week. What you got?
Well, I was gonna say, for John Harbaugh, Doyle, you wanted something to say about that?
Yeah. I just think this is the end of him, but I think they're just gonna bump him up in the office, like Tampa Bay did to Bruce Arians. They're gonna keep him around just to have be as advisor or whatnot for the Ravens, but with them constantly collapsing like they have under his tenure, it's almost time like they need a new voice. They need someone to come in there, shake up, maybe deliver a different message or something. But the biggest question that they're going to have to answer if they lose, if they let Harbaugh go, they're going to have to find a coach who Lamar can get along with. Because that's their franchise right there. Even if most teams don't, if you let go of a head coach, you have to check with your franchise player, like, can they work together? Because that's basically what's going to become.
Got you. So I do want to say that's a good point. So this is the second time for a 1-4 start for John Harbaugh in his 17 years. 18 years. 18 years. The last time it was at in the 2015 season when they fell 5-11. Harbaugh has had, out of his 18 years, I think 15 of those have been winning seasons. Yeah, we know the outcome of them. where he's only won one Super Bowl. But we've had Patrick Mahomes, who's been a sensational quarterback, and the coach there, dynamic duo. Lamar just isn't it. And you can go through and see there's more of an issue with the Ravens that their depth is becoming seen. They have no depth behind all these key players they have. And because of that, that is the issue that is there. I don't think this is going to be the end of John Harbaugh, because I don't think you can find anybody who can get you through the season to a winning season, who can get you through the playoffs to at least the divisional round. Regardless of the end all be all there, I don't see a great replacement as of right now. Regardless of youth that is there, I don't see it. But they need to work on the depth to help out when everything is falling apart.
I 100% agree with you. I mean, the Ravens are always known for their amazing defense, but it looks like, it's not that much anymore. I mean, they're not there anymore. They're not in sync. They're not like, the same as they used to be. I mean, when Joe Flacco was part of it, phenomenal. You have their kicker, amazing, phenomenal kicker. So I think
He's now in trouble. He got the Watson treatment.
Yeah. But over
he's
here,
gonna be on IR too.
I
have so this past week with Bryce Young and the Panthers coming back against the Dolphins defense. Do you think that Bryce Young will continue to build the momentum, or did the Panthers find a crack in the Dolphins defense?
I'm gonna let Doyle take this one.
I mean, the running back had over 200 yards rushing. So, no, I don't yet trust Bryce Young just yet, because, I mean, he handed the ball off, and I think the running back averaged almost 6 yards to 7 yards a carry. So, I mean, Rico Dowdle. So, it's just going to be more interesting to see what happens if he gets bottled up, what Bryce Young looks like. But, I mean, any quarterback who can hand the ball off and that play action is going to be there, it's going to look good. So, I'm going to hold off on crowning Young, and I don't think any of us have been impressed by the Dolphin defense this year at all.
Yeah.
I 100%.
I think they're last in rush defense. They're last place in rushing defense, and they are one of the worst. They're 29th in overall defense. So
over here, Token says Rico Dowdell. He's just like
Dowdell. Yep, Dowdell.
But okay,
he had a sensational game, but it's get to key injuries and updates.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
all right.
I think. Did you want to speak on that before we moved on, Louis?
Yeah, I wanted to say that. Okay, Panthers. I mean, they're not like what they are supposed to be right now. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, Bryce Young, he won 2 games, dude. Just you won 2 games, and the second one was like super duper close." Okay, and against a team that is, I'm sorry for to say the bad word, but shit. They're not like Dolphins are not there yet, and they have a big test coming up. But that's gonna be for the week 6 matchups we're gonna do. If they can pull that off against that team, there might be a little spark, but not there yet, because I mean sometimes teams have off weeks. They have literally off weeks all the time. So we'll see what happens then. But Bryce Young, not yet.
So I do want to say this. To go through and start the game off with an interception and a fumble, and the Dolphins end up cruising to a 17-0 lead, to go through and get your head out the rut that way and to help lead your team out of this mess, regardless of Rico Dowdle doing what he did, the Panthers did expose the weakness of the Dolphins. But
right.
yeah, I'm not waiting on. I'm not crowning him yet. I want to see more before we do start doing that.
All right. So Now we get into the famous part that Doyle is ready to do. We got the key injuries and news updates.
So, I mean, the biggest injury that we saw this past weekend was Amari Hampton. For the Chargers, ankle injury. He's on IR. Doubting. Odds are not good that they don't. I think they are saying that he comes back maybe towards the end of the season. But I believe they said that I think he's done for the year. Can't remember. I think the last update said they were. I think they said last update I saw he was done for the year, or it was going to be close to the end of like maybe return for playoffs, depending on how deep they can go. So that's the biggest injury that we saw. And then, as we know, Lamar still quite week to week. They're still not going to try to rush that hamstring injury back. So pretty much nothing major injury-wise happened for us. The big news, though, Cincinnati's got a new starting quarterback in Joe Flacco. He was announced as a starting quarterback for the Bengals, and he might be able to do something I don't think anyone's ever done. Beat one team with two different teams in the same year. Which, if that happens, I don't know what to tell Green Bay fans. I will be truly sorry, but jokingly from my family who's from Chicago, dying of laughter if you let Joe Flacco beat you twice on two different teams that most NFL fans and prognosticators like us or podcasters will say are bad. So let's see what happens. But that's pretty much the biggest news we saw for the whole this week on us.
I'm laughing because Super Token is a huge Green Bay Packers fan. And the fact that you said that is like, oh! Smallest violin, ladies and gents. I mean, that's why I was laughing. I was like, dude, he's probably like really, like really, you gotta talk about my Packers. You can't talk about them like that.
Man.
Exactly.
Come on, man.
I mean, if they lose to Joe Flacco twice, who's on two different teams, that's very interesting.
I bet you that's going to be the highest point of Joe's career right now. He's like, I got nothing else to lose. Let's just go through and try to ruin havoc of these Packers. These Packers, I've done it once. I'll do it again.
But this time I'll steal the cheese from them.
Y'all want to get the hot takes?
Sure, why
Yeah,
not? Let's go ahead and get some
All
hot
right.
takes.
So
Ooh.
yeah, my hot take this week. So the Jacksonville Jaguars have had the luxury of looking good due to a weaker schedule. With that being said, this upcoming schedule will show us who the true Jags are. A bunch of phonies. Colts are going to go through and take the AFC South. That's your answer. A bunch of phonies. All right.
Who's going next, me or Doyle? I'll let you. Man, I wish I had a flip of a coin here, so that way we could just do.
I mean, my hot take is going to lead into one of our key games we're going to talk about. But my hot take is if Baker Mayfield goes out and has a game like he just did against the 49ers, he will be the front runner for MVP of the entering the year. Right now, I still think everyone still has him like second or third. But if he does win this game and has a game like he did just against the Seahawks, I think after this week he'll be everyone's favorite to win MVP.
All right, so here comes the part that CDP loves the most: the taking glasses off part. He loves this part. He just loves when I take off my glasses because he knows who I'm talking about. All right. So, which Saints are we going to see this week? Are we going to see the Saints that beat the crud out of the Giants? Or are we going to see the Aints that were in the first 4 weeks? That's actually my hot take. I personally think that they found something, and having Taysom Hill and Foster Moreau back would actually help out a lot. Because it opens up the playbook. It really does. You know for a fact Taysom Hill can play any position out there. You give him the ball, he does it. The only thing that he has not done yet, which I'm hoping he does soon before he retires, let him kick a field goal. Just let him do that, please. So that way he at least has every single position out there played. But I'm just saying, in general, if you have a player like that on your disposal that can do everything, you don't know who he's going to throw. In the last game that they had against the Giants, you saw how many yardage Shaheed had. But why? Because Hill was playing. Hill opens up the playbook for the Saints a lot. Because Hill was getting covered 2 or 3 people were covering him. So it opens up the playbook so they can actually open up to other receivers. That's my hot take. But I personally don't know if the Patriots are going to beat the Saints or the Saints are going to beat the Patriots. But as long as, the glass offensive line does good, then we'll be good. But that's my hot take. I think the Saints are going to beat the Patriots, but it's going to be a close one.
All right. That's it. It seems like it's going to be a good matchup. So, which 1-4 team? This is for anybody in the chat and you guys as well. Which 1-4 team has the best chance at turning their season around? You have the Giants, the Saints, the Dolphins, the Raiders, the Ravens, the Browns, and the Titans.
Like, turn around as in, like, win? If we're thinking that, probably of the list is going to be the Ravens, just because when Lamar gets back, that team changes. Granted, they've been losing with Lamar, but out of all those teams you said, when they finally get healthy, because I saw this on the broadcast, like, of their $280 million cap space, 160 of it's of their money is out. It's on injured. So if they get healthy, depending on when they get healthy, they can turn it around. But if we're not factoring health, I would say maybe the Giants, just because they have the better young and up and coming for the future. But I don't know, because all those teams are like struggling individually each. Some of them trying to look towards the future. Some of them have their future starting now.
Mm-hmm.
But of them that's turning around this year, I would say the Ravens.
Okay.
I actually agree with y'all. I mean, I'm not going to be biased like you think I am, ZDP, but I think I agree with Doyle. Ravens have a better chance. I mean, if you look at the other teams, like for example the Saints, they play the Patriots, they play the Bears, they play the Buccaneers, they play the Rams. Those are going to be test games for them. So literally, like, if they actually start in a win streak, yeah, phenomenal, great. But I don't see them doing that. I see them like at least winning probably like 2 or 3 more games, and then after that, that's it. That's their season. But I agree with Doyle. I think the Baltimore Ravens have the better chance. As soon as Lamar gets back, that train is gonna be going up again. That's my honest opinion of that. And before you go to yours, ZDP, I do want to say Super Token mentioned the Dolphins. He said the Dolphins are gonna be the 1-4 team. They're gonna be up there.
Okay. Dolphins. So I originally was going to say Lamar, because we do know the factor that Lamar brings. He's going to be out projected 3 weeks. So he's against Houston, the Rams, and they have a bye week. And they come off the bye week. They have Chicago, Miami, Minnesota, Cleveland, Jets, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, New England, Green Bay, and Pittsburgh. So it's a pretty tough stretch, especially when you're down as many games that possibly can be down. And on top of that, they don't have the defense there. So I can see them possibly winning against Cincinnati, unless Joe Flacco does Joe Flacco things. So twice against Cincinnati. I can see them possibly win against Cleveland. You don't know what's going to happen in that game, but it is in Cleveland. So that's 3 games right there that's possible. And then you have the Jets. So that's 4. And then you don't know about the Chicago Bears or Miami. So that's a total of 6 games there. Now, I was looking into this. The New Orleans Saints have the 3rd easiest schedule. And based off of what they did at home, against the Giants, a young team, getting 5 turnovers and making the most of it, you don't know what's going to happen with New Orleans, but I can see them winning 5 games. 5 games in their upcoming schedule. So for me, I can see the Saints coming out as a team that has the best chance of winning the most out of the 1-4 teams.
If we see them go 14-3, I swear to God, dude.
You're not going to go 14-3.
not.
You're not going to go 14-3. Just stop
They're not.
dreaming. You already made a bold statement. 2 to 3 years going Super Bowl. 14-3, dude. Just
If
stop.
it happens,
Down.
hey, if it happens, I'm gonna be flapping my wings. I'll be like, hey, we got the Saints here.
Flapping.
Flapping,
Yeah.
flap. I'll be like, yeah.
Golly.
All right. Are we ready for some matchups for week 6?
Let's get to those key matchups, man.
Ooh, I'm excited for this ones, man. I mean, this is actually a big week. We got first the Eagles and the Giants on Thursday Night Football. Who you guys got?
I will take Philly. I just feel like on a short week, they're going to figure stuff out. Maybe Sirianni tells the OC, step back. I'm calling this game. I'm going to teach you how to call a game, you twat. And I just think he's going to do it. I don't trust. I just think the Saints showed a little bit of what you can do against the Giants. And I just think the Giants not really having an outside threat to challenge those Philly corners. I just think they're going to be able to tee off and work their way and give the young quarterback some looks that he's not seen yet.
Okay.
All right, ZDP, who you got?
I'm going to go with the Eagles as well. They're more of a composed team coming out of the Super Bowl win. The Giants will need to go through and clean up their mistakes from last week, having the 5 turnovers as a whole. But there is a connection there between the quarterback, Jackson Dart, and Theo Johnson. I believe that's the tight end's name there. So you're going to see that a lot against the Eagles. And then Scatterboo. Scatterboo's going to clean up his stuff. He's going to come back and have a little bit better matchup. But so are the Eagles going to go through and not make the mistake they made last week and throw 38 times when they're up 17-3? Or are you going to go through and see them run the ball?
I mean, Doyle already said, like, that the OC is probably going to get out of the way and head coach is going to be like, hey, let me put some diapers on you. Let me show you how this done over here.
I apologize if I offended anyone with that phrase, but I'm sorry.
We're getting canceled after this episode. I'm just kidding.
My bad.
So, no, you're good. You're good. So, I mean, you have Jalen. Like I said, I've been saying this. He's a running back who plays quarterback. And then you got one of the best running backs in the league. I mean, the man made the Madden cover, and maybe that's his curse. They're going to go through and have an OC who's clueless and doesn't know how to go through and use them. Use him in this game. Damn it. Use him in this game and help my fantasy team prosper.
This is the first time I see him this serious, chat. But
Eagles are going to go through and bounce back against a struggling defense.
Okay.
This game.
I'm going to make you guys question yourselves, but if it happens, I'm literally going to start dancing next episode. I think this is a trap game. I think the Giants are going to win this one. It's going to be a close. It's going to be by a field goal, but I think the Giants are actually going to win this one, especially because it's in New York, and I just think it's a trap game. This has trap game all over, my guys. I really think so. It's a trap game.
The only reason I won't look at it as a trap game is because it's a divisional game. Now, if it wasn't a divisional game, yeah, I could see it being a trap game, but everyone knows the divisional opponents play each other hard. So that's the only thing that's stopping me from believing it's a trap game.
Come on, man.
He does like literally
Oh, I was about to say, what?
change my mind, Luis. It says change my mind.
I don't see it as a trap game because it's a divisional game.
Why you think I said by 3? I did not give him like 14 points or anything. It's gonna be by 3. I promise you.
Is that a close matchup to you, or is that a blowout?
Close matchup right here. I think it's gonna. I'm going all out on this one, ladies and gents. If you guys are listening in,
upset alert! Upset alert!
Giants by 3. I promise you.
Look in the camera and tell them how you feel about it. Say it with your chest.
Say it with
your
your chest,
Louis.
Go Giants! All right, we're going to the next matchup here. We got hey, this one is gonna be interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Seahawks and Jaguars. I know for a fact Token is watching on the chat. I wouldn't be surprised if he says Jaguars all the way because he's riding the Jaguars the Jaguars bandwagon with this. But hey, who we got here? I'll let you. Okay, yeah, I'll let you guys pick first. I'll always do my last pick on this. On these.
This goes into Z's hot takes. I want to hear his on this one.
All right, like I said in my hot take, I mean Jaguars have benefited their wins from an easy schedule, easy competition. But I give them credit for last week's win. Okay, hey, runners up for the Super Bowl. Okay, whoop-de-doo. You're going to see the real Jaguars over the next few weeks. And yes, Token, I am looking you in your corneas when I say this. Corneas of your eyes. Seahawks are going to win this game. And Jigba Smith, remember that name. Remember that name. He's going to have a game against them Jaguars.
Oh, wow.
Seahawks. For me.
I'm so glad we are announcing the arrival of our already wide receiver 1 for our team. I'm so glad we're hyping up that. But I'm going to go with the Seattle Seahawks as well on this. This is going to be the first time I think the Jaguars, like ZDP said, are facing a team that on paper has them beat in a lot of categories. And I just think the Jaguars have not faced an offense that's about to come into what they're about to face as with all the weapons, the running backs. So I like the Seahawks, but in this one.
Right. I'm going to go ahead and make y'all shake your head again on this one. I'm going to tell you the reason why. All right. I'm going to go with Jacksonville on this one. Okay? You probably look at me like, the heck is wrong with you? I love how he brings that out. That's awesome. But I'm going to ride with I'm going to ride with Token on this one and go Jacksonville. There's one big reason too. The only time I would actually change my mind on this game is if the game was actually played in Seattle. Because you know that stadium very dang well. It's loud. Fans get crazy. Players get disrupted by how loud that stadium is. I don't know if they do some voodoo.
Baker didn't.
Hey, leave it. Well, we already said Baker might be the MVP. That's why Doyle's MVP choice, which actually brings something at the end of the segment I want to actually ask y'all. But anyways, okay, I have Seattle losing this, but it's going to be another close one. I think Jacksonville is going to win again. And
by 14? I'm just messing up. Just
gonna be
3. That's a fair one.
Yeah. I think they're going to win again. I mean, Jacksonville, may have found, a rhythm with them. And look, you're about to say something. What you got?
So, do you think Travis Hunter is going to do anything this game?
That's a good question.
On offense.
Yeah.
He showed a little bit against the Chiefs on offense, so I think they're slowly going to let him start more on the offense, because I don't think he hardly played any defensive snaps against the Chiefs. I could be wrong. I don't know what the count was, but I think he again played more offensive snaps than defensive snaps. So I think they're slowly making him a wide receiver. So I think that's where you're going to see him a lot this weekend again on the offensive side, and have him as that maybe emergency corner if needed, or nickel. I just see more offensive snaps for him this weekend.
I love the fact that Token just yell out loud on the chat. Cats at home. Props to him for saying that. That's awesome. All right, moving on. Oh man, I'm sorry. Is it hot in here? Because this coming game, dude. Oh my god. Oh, this one's spicy. I'm just gonna say that right now. 49ers and Buccaneers. Yay. Or like you, or like you always hear me say, "Oh man."
Oh man.
This game is basically going to come down to which defense makes that one stop to me. Shanahan, that genius of him, showed that he can make Mac Jones look like a great quarterback like he's done. And they still have that crazy Swiss Army knife in Christian McCaffrey, who just is a nightmare problems that all defenses still have to worry about. But I'm going to go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I think Baker's going to fight Njigba to have a big game again. And this is where you're going to see possibly the MVP and the offensive player rookie of the year. And maybe if McCaffrey keeps going, maybe the offensive player of the year in one game.
Wait, before you say your CDP, I'm sorry. Did you call him the Swiss Army knife? Did you call McCaffrey that?
Kind of. I mean,
okay.
Do you disagree?
I'm gonna ask you this: has he played defense?
He's not from Switzerland.
Has he played? Has he played defense?
No, I mean he's that jack of all trades on the offensive side.
Okay, so that's the best.
Yeah, he's played defense. When Purdy threw an interception.
Yeah, he's had a tackle. Does that count? He probably has a couple tackles on the year for the turnovers.
Well, on the defensive side, that's what I meant, because that term, I'm not trying to brag, but that's actually Taysom Hill's term, because he actually played defense before.
Well, McCaffrey's to do it all back then.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
I think in this game you will see the potential MVP, offensive rookie of the year, and offensive player of the year in this one game.
So you mean Egbuka?
Yes. Sorry.
Yes. You had me questioning, like, did I say the right receiver in Seattle?
No. Yes, Imuka for the Bucks. So I think the Buccaneers win a very high explosive offensive game.
Man, I wish I had a Baker hat, like a Baker's hat I can go through and put on for this whole spiel I'm about to go through and do. But Shanahan does Shanahan things. He does it with every quarterback he's played with. I mean, he's doing it with Mac Jones. He's making Mac Jones look like a prime Jimmy Garoppolo. Whoa. But dude, Baker this year, I don't know if it's like the dirty 30 or whatever, but he is having a sensational year, leading this team to decisive wins. And it's over some easy competition. But I mean, every game has come down to the last drive. And Baker is 4-1. 4-1. He should be 5-0. He should be. But I see this game, as you said, being a shootout. It's going to come down to whoever makes the last play when it comes down to it. And as this year has progressed, I have developed more trust in Baker in leading his team over the 49ers in victory. And it's at home, too. So we'll see. And I will also say this. The fact that he was able to lead the team to victory with Bucky Irving, and on top of that, all the injuries that have been happening to the Buccaneers, it's great. It's great. I mean, yes, Egbuka is definitely been a security blanket. He's been a sensational player, a wonderful rookie outside of the Ohio State University to help lead the team and build that chemistry with Baker. So, Baker's got some weapons. He's been doing his thing to help lead that team to a 4-1 record. So
I actually agree with y'all on this one. I'm not going with the opposite team on this. I'm actually gonna.
Oh my goodness! I was going to go through and put this up here again, but thank you.
I do like the little touch you did that. That's very nice. The little change of mind. It's almost next time you just need to get a pick sign and just basically slowly pull it up, like just change my mind. But yeah, I got the Buccaneers to win this one, dude. Baker's having the time of his life, dude. I'm proud of him. I mean, if we could actually get him in this podcast, and if you're listening, Baker, we would love to have you here to talk to you about football because you're amazing. As much as I'm a Saints fan, you have been a phenomenal quarterback this year. So I gotta give you an applause on the stream because you've been doing great.
Bro, if we get Baker Mayfield on this, I will fanboy out for one. Two, I will talk so much, forgive my language, crap, shit to my dad. I will talk so much shit to my dad if I get Baker Mayfield on this on the podcast. If I get to talk to the dude, so yeah.
Let me
my French.
Let me just say this: if we ever have an NFL guest, you best believe I'm not gonna tell you who it is until we actually get in here, just to surprise y'all, because we do have an NFL guest coming soon. I'm not gonna say who it is.
Bring someone to a screen near you, Bobby Boucher.
I would take Bobby Boucher. I would take Bobby Boucher as a special guest.
Heck yes.
But yeah, I got the Buccaneers winning. I'm basically like, hey, I mean, Token here says that Buccaneers best throwback uniforms. I 100% agree with him.
Oh, creamsicles? Facts,
yeah.
dude, facts.
Beautiful ones. Like, man.
I mean, I was going to say that Green Bay throwback one was like too hot to handle. Just kidding. They so ugly, dude. The referees, man. Oh, wait. Shots fired.
But no, I really think Buccaneers are actually gonna win this NFC South easily, no problem. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna come down to whoever makes the first mistake. That's what I think. Whoever throws the first interception in that game, the 49ers and Buccaneers.
No.
You don't think so?
I don't agree with you on the first mistake.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's gonna come down to the last drive. It's been with that every game the Buccaneers have played.
And that's what makes it special, though.
Yes, but I don't agree with the fact that on the whole who throws, the first or has the first turnover, because there's 4 quarters that are there, and we've seen it all throughout this season. Like, for instance, the Panthers, regardless of whatever happened, the competition, it's still a professional team. 17-0, and to come back after throwing an interception, fumbling the ball to win that game. So we've seen it all throughout the season. So it's going to come down to the last drive.
Yeah,
on that one.
All right, moving on to the next one. Oh boy, this one's interesting. I wish Viper was still here because this is his team. So Lions and Chiefs. What we got, guys?
Give me the Lions. I think this is again where we see the real Chiefs. There's too much dysfunction right now still with the Chiefs. They don't still have a running game. Dan Campbell's going to have that team up and ready to play. And if they're not careful, the Chiefs, and they let Patrick Mahomes run around too much, I think he's going to get hurt because the Lions are a very physical team. They don't tackle you just with one guy. There's about 4 or 5 guys always around the ball. So, and I feel like this is going to be a game where if Spagnuolo blitzes, all the fantasy owners who have Jahmyr Gibbs, you're going to be in luck. So I think it's going to be a lot of screenplays to Jahmyr Gibbs when he blitzes. So give me the Lions in this game.
Who are the Chiefs right now? Who are they? I mean, who is going to step up in this offense? You got Kermit the Frog trying to go through and throw it off to everybody. And you don't even know, like, Pacheco's not showing up. Hunt's not showing up. We thought Xavier Worthy was going to come through and be the one to help out this team.
Where's Kelsey? I'm telling you, dude, the whole Swift thing. Hey,
you leave Kelsey alone. Leave Kelsey alone. He is worried about his wedding, okay? This dude is going through and trying to pick out his groomsmen. He's trying to go through and get some TV time with his brother, all those, that TV time, the podcast and all that. Leave Kelsey alone. No, he had a touchdown last week. I mean, he's there, but not there. So we'll find out this week. But the Chiefs are a different team at home. It's an Arrowhead. But I mean, it seems like this era of reign they've had in the AFC is dwindling. You know, all those leads they had last year that they won by the size of an ant, it's very slim. Some would say because of the zebras. We saw the exposure, you know, when it came in the Super Bowl, when the refs weren't helping out you there, Mr. Mahomes. But yeah, the Lions are roaring, and they have beat. But I mean, I'll say this: they've beaten teams, you know, decisively. But some of these teams aren't at their peak. But in this game, I see the Lions winning a close one. I trust Goff's support over Mahomes right now. So it's going to be a 3-point game for me.
Okay. So I know you said to leave Kelsey alone. I respect that. But if you look at it closely, he's only averaged 11 yards. He only has 243 yards, 22 receptions, and 2 touchdowns. It goes to show you that something is up. I mean, yeah, you said that he's getting ready for his wedding and everything, but there's no excuse. I mean, you're playing football. I mean, yeah, true. Like IRL life takes over when it comes to stuff like this, but if you actually had, like, you know, if you were planning to get married, at least, like, you know, be like, hey, I mean, I'm sorry, but I played all these years. I won so many Super Bowls. It's time for me to retire. So that way you don't have so many things on your plate. You have the wedding, you have football, you have all this stuff. That's, I think, what's getting to Kelsey's head. Is because he has so much stuff going on that it's hard to focus. I mean, he's basically tied for 31st on touchdowns, receiving touchdowns. When do we see Kelsey have something like that? I mean, averaging 11th, 125th player for average yards, tied for 30th on receptions. That's horrible. I'm sorry, but like, dang, like he's always a good player. But like you said, CDP, the refs basically doing all that. I mean, maybe there's, like, you know, the NFL is trying to say, like, hey, we don't want everybody to know that the Chiefs are always the favorite and everything. Who knows? There might be a conspiracy theory behind that. But I personally think the Lions are gonna roar to the Chiefs on this, and this could be, like, you know, the beginning of the downfall for this year for the Chiefs.
Well, for Kelsey, I just think he's old. Not as in old as in age. I just think he's an old in football terms. And he's technically, whenever you go into the game, teams, I think, are more like not wanting him and Mahomes to beat them. So I think they're just singling on him because he's the only true offensive threat that Mahomes does have that he has chemistry with. So I think we're just seeing that teams are just saying anyone but Kelsey right now. So I think they're singling that, and he's just an old player in retrospect of he's like 32, 33. I think he's up around that age, which is in football age is kind of old, especially at tight end. And he's taken some pretty bad hits. So it might be his body's just finally
giving up on him.
Giving up on him in that position.
Now,
right, so I'm gonna go through and rebuttal you on this. So you're talking about as a whole, he's 30th and all that, but he's a tight end in that, and he is the number 7 tight end in the NFL. So regardless of age, regardless of all that, he's not he is a receiver. But you have Dalton Kincaid, who's going through and having a bounce back year. He's number 1, 287 yards, 8.1 reception. You have Jake Ferguson. We know what Jake Ferguson's going to go through and do. He's got 272 yards. Then you have Tyler Ward in Indianapolis. He's doing a wonderful job this year with what's there, 370 yards. Hunter Henry, 250 yards, one touchdown. Or I'm sorry, not one touchdown. I'm trying to find that, but yeah, AJ Barn, Dallas Goedert, and then Travis Kelce. So, with that being said, I mean, the people that are behind him, you have people like Brock Bowers, who's dealing with a knee injury. He's much younger. You have Tucker Kraft, who started off really great in the season, making chemistry with Jordan Love. But, I mean, to be in the top 10 at the age he's at, it's got to go through and, give some credit to this guy.
Yeah, I'm not taking anything away from him. It's just, where is he at? It's just finally probably catching up to him. And all those guys ahead of him aren't the team's number one. Maybe outside of Dalton Kincaid, all those guys are not who you're going to go in and say, that's the guy's number one guy. If we take him away, that quarterback's going to struggle. I think that's where Kelce is also having issues, is teams are just going to double team him, and he can't outrun the double teams no more.
Okay.
Yeah, so, that's fair. That's fair.
So Token here says that he's not the age that you said, Doyle. He's actually 36.
Okay, my bad. I didn't know how old he was. He's 36, which is very old in football, like age-wise. So it's finally.
Remember what I said a couple of weeks ago? I said this year is the year that Kelce's gonna retire.
I think he's done, because we don't see players outside of a few quarterbacks play past 37. So yeah, age is finally catching up to him. He can't outrun the double team, and that's what everyone's basically just doing to him. But
he got a good career. Don't get me wrong, but the dude is old, and basically, people can cover him, but I mean, he's tall. That's the only advantage he has right now. He's really tall, so he can catch a ball. But other than that, I still think this is his last year. All right, moving on to the next take, guys. We got Bills and Falcons. Falcons are coming off the bye week against the Bills.
So the Falcons defense is getting really sneaky. They're number one total defense. They've had some solid matchups and wins over Minnesota and Washington, and they lost to Carolina and Tampa Bay. Yeah, for the Bills, I think this will be the year for them to take over the AFC with the struggles that other teams are going through and having. But this is going to be a test that they will have to overcome. I mean, they have had one of the easiest schedules. Their matchups have been very favorable. Can the Bills stop Bijan Mustard? Can they? We'll see. We'll see. But I do see Josh Allen do Josh Allen things. We've seen him go and be tested and come up to the test. I see him winning in a close game.
I think this is going to be a close game where Buffalo gets right. They fix a couple of things that they had issues with. The turnovers, I think they'll clean up this game. Yes, the Falcons' defense has been surprisingly good for the beginning of the year, but they haven't faced anything what they're about to face this upcoming game. Whereas I know the Bills have to worry about Bijan, but they also know they can try their best to, but they've also faced someone like Bijan and Derrick Henry. Just Bijan's a lot faster, but they faced an elite running back before. So this is just going to be an interesting twist to see how does Atlanta handle a quarterback like Josh Allen. But I believe the Bills are going to win this game because they clean up their turnovers.
I actually agree with both of you. I mean, Bills are actually coming strong on this one. And I also want to state that from the last couple of years, because, I mean, Falcons are in the NFC South. So I watch them almost every time because they're in the South Division. One thing I notice about them is that for some reason, when Falcons go in a bye week and they return, there's a big decline on their performance. I don't know if it's going to repeat again, but, I mean, anything can happen. But I mean, like you mentioned, CDP, Falcons has the number one defense. This is gonna be a big test. Are they actually gonna be able to stop an MVP candidate in the Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen? I mean, it's a big test for them. They are playing Atlanta, so it's a close indoor game. There's no weather factor on this, so I think the Bills are gonna win this one, but it's gonna be a nail biter. It's gonna be by either a touchdown or a field goal.
Is it like the SpongeBob where he's eating full on hands, kind of? When the slasher episode?
Yeah.
That kind of?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I still think.
You mean a strangler?
All right. We got our last main matchup right here. We got the Bears and the Commanders. Courtesy of CDP. So CDP, I want you to take this one because you're the one that actually wants this matchup the most. So I'll let you take this one first.
What Caleb Williams are we going to go through and see? I mean, we have seen Jaden Daniels eat up some good defenses. But I can see this one being another shootout. Keep it short, simple. Got the Commanders winning this because Daniels he has a better resume. But I do think that the Bears are going to contend until the end of this game.
I'm going to take Chicago in this game because this is a game that the Bears were winning until the Hail Mary where the guy was celebrating against the fans, and which turned the Bears season completely backwards. So this is a rematch of last year's game, and I think the Bears get right. With your change your mind thing, the Bears offense has been looking better and better. And granted, the Washington defense is good, but this is going to come down to probably a last-minute play. And if they don't celebrate like they did last year, different outcome of that game. So I like Chicago in this game.
What celebration are you going to do when Chicago wins?
I don't know. I'm probably not going to watch. I won't probably be home.
Oh, you know what? You know what? How about you do a dab for us over here if Chicago wins? Like literally just dab on us and be like, Chicago won.
Fine. That's what I will do if Chicago wins because I just think this is the game where Chicago's offense, because they're coming off of a bye week, I believe they are. So that allowed them to get more practice and more reps with Ben Johnson's offense, understand it better. So it's just going to be interesting to see what that offense looks like with extra time with Ben Johnson's offense.
I'm going to take the Commanders on this one. Reason why I'm taking them is because they have Dennis Allen as a defensive coordinator. You don't know what Dennis Allen they're going to see. Are they going to see the washed up Dennis Allen that we have like for 2 games that they lost? Or are we going to see a Dennis Allen that basically like has changed and now he's I mean, don't get me wrong. He's a good defensive coordinator, but ever since he moved out there, I don't know, man. I mean, he's been changed a lot. Like, he's not, if he would actually had a phenomenal defense, he would actually have like a really, I don't know what they're ranked right now. I haven't checked yet on defense, but if I'm not mistaken, I mean, oh, we got a letter here. It says, oh, it's all blurry. You can read it out loud.
If me was a saint, always.
If he was a saint, always a saint. Oh my gosh! Wow, CDP. Wow. Okay, but no, I still think Jaden Daniels is gonna do phenomenal. He needs to prove himself, like to be a good quarterback. But I got the Commanders winning this one by at least 10.
All right.
All right. So now
do a speed round for these last few.
Go for it. You guys ready? Denver and Jets.
All right.
All right. I'm gonna go
Broncos.
Broncos. Okay. Broncos. Quickly. All right. Moving on to the next one, real quick. Colts and Cardinals. Colts.
I mean, Colts.
Everyone's running the Colts on that one. All right. Moving to the next one. We got Dolphins and Chargers. Go Chargers. Go easily.
Chargers.
I mean, Chargers. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, come on. Justin Herbert is gonna redeem himself. I promise you. All right, Saints and Patriots. This is hard to pick.
Yeah, Louis. What is it? What is it, Louis?
They're playing in the Superdome again. I give the Saints 3-3.
Patriots.
All right. Next one we got. Wait, there you go. I think there's that one. Yeah. Rams and Ravens.
Rams.
Rams. Yeah, definitely. No Lamar, no wins. Titans, Raiders. Oh my gosh, this is a weird one.
Titans.
Really? I say Raiders.
Thomas Brady is going to go through and take the helm. They're going to wonder why Geno Smith is looking good. It's going to be the Raiders.
Yep. Green Bay and Cincy.
Oh,
I should have saved that for the last one.
I feel like the Packers are going to win, but if they lose, funniest thing in
memes.
the world.
We'll have memes. We'll have memes made for it.
It'll be the funniest thing in the world, but give me the Packers.
Yep.
Go, Pack, go. Go, Pack, go.
Come on, Packers. Redemption time. Cleveland Browns against Steelers. Your reaction, CDP, because you are a Cleveland Brown fan. So what you got?
I do want to see how Dylan Gabriel is going to go through and play against this defense. He did a wonderful job in London. The only thing is the Browns haven't been able to score 20 points in the game. That defense has been stout. I do see the Steelers winning this, but I want to see how Gabriel's going to go through and respond.
Steelers. All right. Cowboys and Panthers. This is a tough one, too.
Pistols up.
Man, this is tough. Cowboys. Give me Cowboys.
Yeah, I got them boys. Where them boys at?
All right. Now we're getting to the final segment here, which is called the final take. What is your final take, CDP?
My final take. I'm going to go back on my point with the Browns and Steelers. You're going to see Judkins do his thing this upcoming week against the Steelers. But I think the Browns are going to score over 20 points this week for the first time in this NFL season.
Go ahead, Doyle.
The 49ers and Buccaneers game will be challenging for game of the year this weekend. And like I said, whenever we were talking about it, I think we're going to see the MVP with probably Baker, Christian McCaffrey probably with Offensive Player of the Year, and Mbuka with Offensive Rookie of the Year, all in one game.
You guys ready for my final take? All right. Are the Chiefs in danger of missing the playoffs? I think so. I think this is going to be the first year in a while that the Chiefs are going to miss the playoffs. That's my final
What
take.
happened with this loss?
No more Cinderella story for you, Chiefs. I'm sorry. No more Cinderella story this year.
Baby, just say yes. It's a love story.
Oh, God. No, get them Swifties out of here. Get me out of this interview. I'm done.
Oh,
I
my
swear.
goodness.
I'm retiring from podcasting. Oh my goodness. All right, ladies and gents. We want to thank you, Super Token, Enforced Viper, and everybody that came in, Nightmare Rising on YouTube, everybody that tuned in to us. Doyle, ZDP, it's always a pleasure to have you guys here. It's always fun. We crack out jokes. We always try to make it fun. If you have not tuned in yet, definitely tune in because we're actually going to be bringing some big things coming up. There's going to be giveaways coming soon. I'm excited. Thanks again for tuning in. ZDP, you know what to do. You have the mic.
Yo, thank you for going through and dropping it like it's hot in here. As always, it's been fun. Thank you, Louis, for going through and hosting this. Thank you again, Doyle, for being a part of this, man. And if you guys aren't following us on all social media platforms, go through and make sure you check us out. We're on all fronts, all cylinders, and we are firing away. But yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, do all the stuff you do. And if you would like to, make sure you go through and share this with your friends, your family. Because like this one person said, hide your kids, hide your wife, because we coming your way. Yeah. And we'll see ya later on that.
As always, today's episode was broadcast live on Kick, Twitch, and YouTube. If you couldn't make it to the live segment, feel free to watch it on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, and iHeart Radio. Links on the description below. See you next time.